So, it's a bit noisy this. I'm not sure if it'll pick up. But anyway, here we are, Royal Mile, Edinburgh, and just talking about next week's events. So, a week I'll be down in sunny Londinium and seeing Can, the fascist wee man, uh, moan about the great President Donald Trump coming to London. So I think it's important that we say right from the start that Sadiq, my dad was a bus driver, doesn't speak for the majority of people in the UK, and that those who follow a child rapist death cult, which is Islam, don't have a real point of reference for the rest of us. We certainly, Sadiq Khan is not the person who speaks for me or the vast majority of people I know. These people are pro Donald Trump, and I think he's done a tremendous job. All that shouting about misogyny when he's got the highest number of women into work, racism when he's got the highest number of black and Hispanic people in work. It's just absolutely staggering. Hello from Texas. Hello, Texas. Our friends over there, friends in Kirth and Kin over there. So, we're all going down next week. Now, what's Sadiq, the fascist wee man, done just now? He has banned, apparently, Luke Nash, who's an excellent YouTuber. If you've not seen any of Luke Nash's stuff, I would thoroughly recommend it. He's very funny, very clever, and he's got some great points. I would definitely look him up on the internet. One of his interviews with some students was absolutely hilarious. So, Sadiq Khan, Sadiq Khan had basically stopped Luke Nash's pro-Trump rally at 1 o'clock outside the United States Embassy, so that we would be there as a counter-protest to support Donald Trump. And we would be down as Guerilla TV actually covering it. The Guerilla TV channel actually covering the pro-Trump rally and also the anti-Trump rally as well. I'll be down for a few days letting everybody say what they require to say. So, but Sadiq Khan has not given a licence. So obviously, if you don't believe in the anti-Trump message that's coming out of the Labour Party, who have now become, the Labour Party is now just a cancer anyway, it's just a communist cancer. I think we're all starting to realise that. They're 8 years into a pretty poor Conservative government. They are 5 points behind in the polls. And they seem to not be able to, I mean, they should be ahead by now. Even if the polls are wrong and they're neck and neck, if it's within the extended error, margin of error, that they're still doing incredibly badly. But I think people are starting to realise that Jeremy Corbyn would be a disaster for the UK. I mean, I'm not talking about just bad, a disaster, where we've got John McDonnell, who could potentially be the Chancellor, talking about the replacement of capitalism for Marxism. I mean, it's just, you would have to be on the glue to actually think that is a good idea. So, and it's failed every other place it's actually worked. It's actually been tried in. Marxism doesn't work. So we have got Jeremy Corbyn actually now talking about, or not even getting anywhere near up in the polls. So he's a disaster. And he's not going to win the next election, no matter how bad. I mean, if Theresa May goes, they're probably going to get a stronger candidate. And he's got even less chance of getting in to number 10 at the next election. So he'll be like a two-time loser. I don't know how many bites of the cherry he's going to get, how many opportunities the British people have got to reject him. I mean, he's rejected the last election and he's still there for some obscure reason. So I don't think he's going to get in next time either. So that's fair enough. So we're all going down 14th. So to Luke Nash, although he's not got a licence, I think everybody's just going to go down anyway. And outside at 1 o'clock, outside the United States Embassy, what are they going to do anyway? Nothing they can do. So everybody at 1 o'clock will just be outside the United States Embassy without a permit. So if they don't give the rights, we'll just turn up anyway. What can they do? So, and then at 3 o'clock, that's on the 14th as well. So that's at 1 o'clock is the Luke Nash pro-Trump rally. And at 3 o'clock is the disgusting continuation of Tommy Robinson's persecution by the British state and being held in prison. And now he's got an appeal date later in July when it was actually rejected on the 10th because the Crown didn't have their act together. So the person who's going to judge it has just been in national television, and on national radio, actually saying that he thinks that they did perjure the trial and the judge was justified. Now, if that's not prejudicing the outcome of Tommy Robinson's case, that the judge is on that the BBC saying that he thought that he should do it, I don't know what is. So, I mean, surely the judge has just prejudiced the trial that he's meant to preside over by actually commenting on the BBC. I mean, it's just we have to overhaul our judicial system. It has become stale and it's not accountable. And to the people, Theresa May is going to make a mess of Brexit, and it's not accountable. So we're all going to be down there. I think this is going to be massive. I think this is going to be the biggest protest yet, and everybody outside Whitehall on the 14th of July at 3 p.m. So Trump rally at 1 o'clock outside the US Embassy, and at 3 p.m. the Trump rally. So, the Tommy rally. Trump rally at 1 p.m. outside the US Embassy, 3 p.m. Whitehall, the Trump rally. So, that's the big things that are going to happen next weekend. It's just absolutely disgusting. It just, my whole stomach turns with the current administration, the current people that are in charge. They're absolutely, what a disgusting bunch. While other people are coming into the UK who are actually terrorists and getting supported by our government. I mean, honestly, just absolutely disgusting bunch we have in power. And so, watching Question Time. I know, unfortunately, Canada's got its own issues with Trudeau, which is a big problem you guys have got over there. So, what else is happening? So, watching Question Time on the BBC last night, and Mr. Blackford, who is the head of the SNP in Westminster, for the SNP group in Westminster. And he is the head of the SNP, and he is talking about getting back control from Westminster and giving the control to the Brussels, which isn't nationalism. I mean, the SNP are now a globalist political party. I mean, Nicola Sturgeon is moaning about the fact that they're called the Scottish National Party. I'm not surprised she's moaning, because she's certainly not a nationalist. She's an internationalist, and she believes in the steps that are going towards a one world government, a one world currency, and basically fascism by a political class. And this is what we're seeing by detentions like what's happening with Tommy Robinson, that the state are not even, the criminal system's going out the window. And we've got little fascists like Sadiq Khan, little Hitlers that are now in power in London. They've been basically put there by our political class because we have got some right scumbags, a bit like Trudeau, or Turdo as we like to call him over here, in Canada. So he's inviting murderous jihadists back into his country while at the same time not helping war veterans that actually sacrificed their lives and were sacrificing a lot more back in their own country. So we've got some absolutely disgusting things happening in the UK. Now, I also saw something that was quite interesting as well about the Green Party, and they were talking about the guaranteed basic income or universal basic income. And this is basically a system where everybody gets paid the same. So we all get 70 odd pounds a week or a month or whatever it is that they've decided the figure is. I think they were talking about the cost of something like 280 billion to give everybody universally, regardless of their income, the same amount of money. So this is basically communism, because the Green Party are basically a communist party pretending to be environmentalists. They want to basically say that everybody should be getting the same. Now, how stupid is that? So we're not then incentivising people that work hard. We're just saying that everybody should get the same. Now, having said that, there is part of it that is correct. So we do have a social security system that is ridiculous. The government telling the individual where they should spend the money, whether it should be on housing benefit or whatever it is. So what should happen is that a very clever man called Milton Friedman came up with a thing called the negative income tax. And what I'm suggesting is that a hybrid between the negative income tax and the universal basic income, where the people get, there's no separation between housing benefit and job seekers or incapacity. Well, sorry, incapacity or people who have got a disability would have a different benefit. They would have a benefit on top. But these people should just get an amount of money. So they would actually get maybe £800, £900 per month, and they would be allowed to spend it how they chose and what they wanted to spend it on. So this would actually be different from what's the social security and the over-regulated social security system that we've got just now. So that's going to be a really something that would transform a lot of people's lives, and it would stop the state dictating that this money should go to pay for housing benefit or this money should go for this or that. It should be down to the individual how they want to spend the money, and this would also get and possibly increase people's chances of getting out of poverty. So that would be a change in the social security system, and I think that's what we're looking forward to. Yeah. Sturgeon, yeah. They're both Sturgeon and Trudeau are both globalists. And they're not interested in the individual. They're not even nationalists. They don't care about the people. They are interested in pushing forward the one world government and towards the one world fascist government. I mean, to actually empower to take power back from Westminster, which is a union between four nations, and to give it to give the power to a union between 28 nations, where 28 unelected commissioners are actually dictating the policy, isn't nationalism. And the SNP should stop calling themselves the Scottish National Party, because they're anything but. And there's Trudeau. Trudeau is, of course, part of this global cabal. I mean, he does look like Castro's love child, which is uncanny when you see the pictures of him and Castro. And I mean, he obviously has got a high regard for communism, when the communists have murdered more people than any other ideology that's out there. So, we're having a major debate about national socialism. And national socialism is just socialism. And don't let anybody tell you that it's right wing. It's right wing socialism. It's a redefinition of socialism from the international socialism, and that's why a lot of globalists allow or have some sort of common cause with left-wing socialism or communism, because it pushes their agenda. The globalist agenda is a one world government, and the utilisation of the communism and communists is because of that, and to allow that to happen. So we've seen, and that's why National Socialism, which is also just filthy socialist ideology, is frowned upon. But if you look at intersectionality, the intersectionality is just racism. Intersectionality is happening in America, and the Americans are now embracing this anti-white racism, which again comes from the Democrats, which are a racist organisation, a racist party, and always have been. They've just changed the discrimination from black people now to white people. So this is what's actually happening in America. What else is happening? So we've now seen the movements towards a more openly, I mean, a Bernie Sanders-esque, disgusting socialist type of Democrats in the United States. Those Democrats are basically now just, they're openly socialist, they're not liberals. The pretense, the facade of them being liberals has definitely fallen. They are now neo-communists, obviously with supporters of these sort of neo-communist ideas such as Antifa, who are basically just fascists. Somebody did a great video, an Oriental lady, I can't remember her name, but she did a great video basically saying that Antifa were the actual true fascists, which they are, and they should be outlawed, they should be actually banned because they use violence to advance their political means, and that's why they should be banned. So we're all going down next week. Tommy Robinson's charades, or the escapades, should I say. It's going to be absolutely massive. Some incredibly heavy hitters there. UKIP has gone from strength to strength now after Carol Benjamin, Marcus Meacham, Milo, and who else? And Paul Joseph Watson have joined. The UKIP's youth wing is up 44% in a month, and the actual party is now going from strength to strength. It's now revived. It has now starting to revive. They didn't have candidates up. It's going to be about how Jerry Baton integrates these new liberalists into the UKIP and get them standing. I mean, they want to get as many people standing in as many elections, get them integrated into the branch constituency structure. If there's no constituency, start up the constituency with the new guys in it. And start to actually develop the party again, increase the size of the party, get the vote out, and get Carol and Paul and the guys actually speaking about UKIP and what's actually happened with UKIP and how it's going to advance, because these guys have massive audiences. But yeah, absolutely massive time. It's an incredible time just now. I'll be going down. I also speak to the people who are anti-Trump and who might be there from Antifa as well. We'll speak to whoever actually wants to talk to us. But again, disgusting by Sadiq Khan. Obviously, if you don't agree with the fascist wee man's point of view, he's not prepared to actually give you a platform. And this is basically fascism again. I mean, he's disgusting. I mean, I've already said Islam has a political ideology in it. It's not just a religion. It's also got a political component, and the political component is theocratic fascism. That's why they don't want any discourse. That's why when Luke Nash is actually asked for the Luke Nash is actually asked for the license. It's been denied by Sadiq Khan. So I mean, really disgusting. And the BBC, as I'm so glad I actually talked about the privatisation of the BBC. The BBC now are saying that if you're white, that you won't be selected. So like Monty Python, because we're an all-white group, are not diverse enough. So they're basically, the BBC are now a racist organisation. They're now banning people based on their skin colour. And that intersectionality and anti-white racism has permeated its way. It's now called diversity, but it's basically intersectionality. It's basically communism, and it's basically anti-white racism that's now infused its way into the BBC. So the BBC is basically basically a cancer now. It's an anti-white cancer, and it needs to, if they're going to do that, it needs to be privatised, because I certainly am not paying to be discriminated against by the national broadcaster. So if there's any BBC guys, in fact, I think we're going to be near the BBC, so I might actually just go into the BBC when I'm down and actually start to challenge them about their anti-white, intersectionality, racist opinions called diversity, where white people can't actually get on the BBC because they're not diverse enough. I mean, it's quite disgusting. I mean, they've become an absolutely disgusting lot. I'll tell you the guy's name next time. It's on the internet anyway. Check it out. They've said Monty Python have said that. Or the guy said to the Monty Python crew that they wouldn't be selected because they're not diverse enough. So it's not on the talent of the individual, it's on what the person looks like. It's just absolutely disgusting. We have got some filthy scum for our political class and also in our higher institutions. So, yeah, that's it, guys. We're going down to protest. All starts now. And hopefully Tommy will be free in July. But I mean, that's 2 months. You've got to remember that he's done 2 months in solitary confinement because the British government backs paedophile gangs. That's why probably Theresa May was actually voted in, because she had the paedophile documents on a number of MPs, probably blackmailed them to actually stay in power. Or to get into power as the Prime Minister. Don't forget the dossier of the paedophiles in the Tory party that went missing, which was quite convenient, and then she became Prime Minister. So that was quite a turnaround. So, yeah, I mean, that's another thing. She's now been in charge of Brexit. I told you that was a disastrous idea. She is now trying to keep us in the single market. She is now trying to keep us in the custom union. I said the best way is just to have a no tariffs situation with Europe. If Europe don't want to do it, then and they want to be immature about it. We import more than we export. We just start putting tariffs on the American car industry, and then they'll start to come to the table. Because Merkel is already, her quote is in a very shaky peg, and she's basically coming to the end of her chancellorship. She'll be gone relatively soon because she can't be trusted. She won't secure the borders. She's already set in her ways. She's a globalist, and she can't basically be trusted. So, yeah, that's basically it. She is probably going to be on her way out. I think the writing's on the wall for Merkel. Although she is the consummate politician, she's not been in power this long without getting a shove, but she definitely needs a shove. And what else is there? Yeah, we've now seen the rise of the Northern League, or the Liga, who are now wanting a pan-European nationalist, so an internationalist, nationalist organisations, which will probably include the National Front and France, and Geert Wilders' party, the ADF in Germany, Swedish Democrats, I would take it. So all of these organisations are now going to come together in a pan-nationalist and an anti-globalist coalition to stop the deliberate mass immigration that the globalists have done over the last number of years, the displacement of the indigenous population by the use of mass immigration, and also the moves, obviously, towards the European Union and our European army, and also this is a big thing. They're also talking about allowing Turkey into the EU, and obviously, as I've mentioned before, the Union of the Mediterranean. And what happened in Turkey before? You've got to remember that Turkey and the Turks murdered all of their Christian population. Turkey used to be a country called Byzantium, and it was a Christian country. And all the Christians in there were either forcefully converted to Islam, or they were killed. So you've got to remember that the Armenian genocide, the Islamic Turks killed 1.5 million Armenian Christians. So, and they want to let And that's what it says in the Quran for them to kill and rape non-Muslims, especially non-believers like myself. If you don't believe in the concept of a God, they think it's okay to actually murder you. And because we've got scumbags for a political class, they've let people in that follow this child rapist, theocratically fascist death cult that is Islam. And now we've got a mayor who's now banning people who he doesn't agree with. He's from protesting things that he doesn't want to protest against because Islam is a fascist ideology and he's an exponent of it. So it's a really bad situation. We've got a really, really bad people in power. What they do is deny platforms to anybody that disagrees or could argue. The good thing about YouTube is obviously we can get the message out there and give a different message. Hopefully, show people that the things that are actually happening are not done for us; they're done against us. And I'm going to do some interesting stuff over the next period of time. Some car crash stuff on the Guerilla TV channel where we're going to take it to the people in power. But that's it, guys. So we're all down. Tommy Robinson. July the 14th, 2018. Can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be massive. Really looking forward to it. Some really nice people. And also, if you're an ethnic minority in the UK as well, and you're watching this, don't be afraid. Don't let the smears of fascism and stuff prevent you from going down. Well, a lot of these people aren't, certainly not fascist. And there's a lot of people from ethnic minorities who want freedom of speech, who want a proper judicial system, and they're not abused or harassed going out there to support this. Don't agree with Islam, and there's a lot of people that are there from our ethnic minorities. I'll start to speak to a few of them when we're down there next weekend. So Trudeau legalised bestiality here in Canada. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm surprised. I always respected the Canadians. I always thought the Canadians were really intelligent. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that they've got Trudeau as a leader. I mean, it's just mind blowing that I mean, he's another idiot. I mean, really, what a complete clown. But anyway, that's me done, guys. I thought I would just update you, and we'll actually have a wee chat later on. So looking forward to next weekend. See the guys down in London, and we'll hopefully get things sorted out. But there's big things ahead.